Hey friends, it's Miss Nicole here to show you how to draw another fun character. Today's character is one of my personal favorites, Mickey Mouse, so go ahead and stay tuned to find out how to draw him. Here's a quick artist tip before we get started with today's drawing. Always draw as lightly as you can with your pencil when you first start out drawing. You want to be able to erase any guidelines or any sketchy marks that you make or any coloring outside the lines that you don't want in your final drawing. So make sure that you always draw as lightly as possible. I'm really heavy-handed and sometimes it's hard for me to erase my marks, but I just kind of embrace that and go with it, and the mistakes make it all the more special. All right, enjoy guys. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sketch out a really light circle. You might see some of the eraser marks I had earlier from drawing a previous version that I erased. Alright, so once you've got some sort of circle shape here, mine's a little lopsided, but that's okay. You're going to go ahead and add kind of a J shape, a backwards J. And you're going to connect it to the outer end of your circle, right there. Now you guys might be able to tell that this is going to be Mickey Mouse's snout. So what you're going to do is you're going to add a little nose, and his nose is like gumdrop shaped. It's like an upside down gumdrop. And as you can see there, I'm drawing very heavy-handed. I don't know how to draw lightly at all. Alright, so then from there, you're going to kind of draw an invisible line right here, and you're going to draw a C, a letter C. And from that C, you're going to extend a line down and make Mickey Mouse's mouth. There you go. Just like that. Alright, and from there, we're going to make a line like that. Just kind of like a very long curved line. And then my personal favorite part of this entire drawing is the V right on top of his face, right there. Okay, so now our Mickey Mouse is starting to take some shape. We're going to go ahead and add one big ear right on top of that V. Just like that. You can play around with shape if you want it to be a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to add another one, an oval, sideways oval shape, right here. And mine is never perfect on first try. So I'm going to go back over it. There you go. Make it a little bit bigger so that it fits the shape of his head, the size of his head. There we go. And then using this little guideline here from the bottom of our first circle, you're going to draw a smile mark right there. You're going to trace this line, this part of the circle down, and you are going to make his mouth. There you go. And then you're going to make a swoop, and then another swoop for his tongue. There you go. And now there's one very important thing missing from Mickey Mouse, and that is his eyes. So, how we're going to do this is, I always like to do the old-fashioned eyes on him. So, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to draw a Pac-Man. A really long, stretched out Pac-Man. Very long oval with a little bit of a piece of pie cut out of it. And then the same thing on this side, just a little bigger because that eye's a little closer to us. We're using some perspective. And then, for the fun part, we're going to go ahead and shade in his nose, shade in parts of his mouth, like so. We're going to shade in his eyes. We're going to shade in this part of his face, this part of his face, and then you guessed it, his ears. So I'm going to shade it in going the same direction so everything looks nice and together and as good as I can possibly get it. And there we have it. There's an old-fashioned style Mickey Mouse. If you want to keep going and you want to do a face-forward Mickey Mouse and a slightly easier one, go ahead and follow along. Right now I've started with my good enough circle, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a little line for his nose and for his eyes. I'm going to add his nose, a nice long oval. I'm going to draw 2 eyes, just like so. And then before we get started with the rest of it, I'm going to go ahead and add, again, my favorite part of drawing Mickey Mouse is his little V-shaped widow's peak. So I'm going to go in with my eraser and touch up that little bit there. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So there's his face so far. So now we're going to go ahead and join up. We're going to make 2 little lines right there with his nose, or his eye line right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and make 2 smile lines, kind of. So those will extend downward, just like that. And then we can go ahead and make his mouth right there. Beautiful. Okay. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and erase some of those lines I've made. Kind of touch some things up. There we go. Okay. Now I can go ahead and make his mouth and some new lines for his smile. Just like so. There you go. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and extend these lines up. And do the same thing on this side of his face. There you go. And then the only thing missing, of course, are his ears. So these ones are going to go right above each highest part of the arch. So we're going to go ahead and do nice big circly oval shape there. And then the same thing on this side, a nice big ovally circle shape there. There we go. And if you think those are looking nice and good, go ahead and shade them in like so. Do the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and shade this part in, his little widow's peak. I'm going to shade this part in, his little sideburns, whatever you want to call them. His nose. There you go. His eyeballs. Touch up anything you might mess up. And then his mouth. There you go. And there is your more modern version of Mickey Mouse. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks.